What's up, boys and girls? I am back because, well, extenuating circumstances. I'm using the headset too because I'm not sure why, but lately my built-in mic has been picking up like a lot of ambient noise and crackling, and the only way to fix it is to put a lot of filters on it, which does kind of really reduce its audio quality. So we're gonna go with this. You also don't have to see my ugly ears. Hi there. So moving on from this whole quasi sports announcer slash cyborg motif we got going on here. I have to make it clear why this is being uploaded here primarily. Because it pertains mostly to this channel, as it was the username specifically used by the thing that I'm going to be talking about. And, well, just another friendly reminder that I do have a new channel. Most of y'all ain't gone there yet. I'm really not kidding, folks. I am moving everything there. Everything's going to be there from now on. It's especially going to be used because, well, I feel like it. Right, and given the history with what I'm about to do. Okay, here we go. Ready, set, and go. Toonami. Y'all know how I feel about it. Y'all know I'm not terribly big on the idea of it coming back. Y'all know that I said that the sole way that I'd start watching it is if we started getting more new stuff and, stuff that really needed the attention. And they haven't really done that too much lately. They have a couple times, I'm not going to lie. But overall, they seem to still be defaulting back to the comfort zone. But recently, they made a call, an announcement, an acquisition, if you will, where they were able to do both. They were able to stay in the old comfort zone, but still give something that needed some attention. And they announced that they're going to be airing Dragon Ball Z Kai on Toonami starting this fall. Now, a lot of people have been freaking out over this, some positively, some negatively. I hadn't really planned to address this, to be honest. I mean, I know that I was actually kind of glad to hear it, oddly enough, even though I'm not terribly fond of Toonami, and especially not fond of Jason DeMarco, because well, it needed some exposure, which it's going to get. This is going to be the uncut version, which I'll get to why that's important and why it's part of why I'm making this in a second. And it's just all around going to be, something that's needed for Kai. A lot of people tend to judge it based pretty much exclusively on the old TV edits. Like for example, the Toons I edit is the most popular one for some reason. Even though the Nicktoons edit exists and is significantly less censored, and honestly, um, is only about as censored as the version that originally aired on Cartoon Network in terms of content. Because there's some stuff that they actually do allow in the Nicktoons version that they didn't allow in the Cartoon Network version, and vice versa. Cartoon Network was a little less afraid to show love. That was usually only on the Toonami Midnight Run, and but some of the other things is like some of the dialogue is for the most part still in the Nicktoons Edit of Kai. And if nothing else, they got a bit more creative with how they edited it. For example, no ridiculous swap outs like HFIL for hell. You can be a bit more creative and less obvious and painfully obvious than HFIL. I mean, come on. It spawned so many jokes, which I guess is one reason why people seem to think that they have such fond memories of it, even though they hated it back in the day, but they like the jokes surrounding it, and those jokes are still going to be there. So I don't know why people act like it's horrible that it's not called HFIL anymore, especially since they supposedly want the uncut anyways, or at least never called that. But I digress. It amuses me though, because there are people freaking out about this because they insist that this is going to be the Toonzai edit. Because one guy in particular says that it has to be the Toonzai edit because, get this, Nicktoons still has the rights to their broadcast version. Therefore, it has to be the Toonzai version. Has to be. Because, right? Um, yeah, I don't get that logic, but okay. Um, and this person happens to be Gohan6425. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Um, now, the reason that this bugs me as much as it does, and I'm going to put this down so I can focus on fidgeting, is because, well, it mostly amuses me. The guy pretty much just had a perfect meltdown when they said it was going to be Kai, and I personally find that beautiful for a number of reasons. The first being that, according to him, it was never going to be good enough to ever air, etc., so on and so forth. And so, to me, when it actually is airing, that's pretty funny. You know, how he was always insisting no one would ever like that, no one would ever watch it, no one would ever pick it up and show it. And now it is on Toonami, the block that he practically worships, for that matter. So this to me is incredible, especially given the fact that he made such ridiculous comments about this series. He's insulted the manga, he's insulted Akira Toriyama, he's insulted the Japanese language to the point of when saying nobody wants to hear the Japanese dub, going to the extent of mocking it in a rather, well, frankly, racist manner, but that's not the point. I don't think he was intending it to be racist, so I really can't say that he's a racist, but whether he meant to be or not, that kind of was. And it goes on and on and on. He likes to fall back on the ridiculous notion that the filler adds things to the series that were 100% needed, even though nobody, and I mean nobody, can nail down anything that the filler covered that the series itself did not also cover. I mean that, genuinely. Every single example I've seen of filler development that supposedly was needed has been in the series proper. So, I guess I don't really understand why they think this, but okay. But the claims that he has made have so been overreaching and ridiculous that it's just hilarious to watch him melt down. But the whole reason that I'm talking about this right now is because I honestly forgot who this guy was. I'm not gonna lie. It took me a second to remember who that is when I heard the name, and the whole reason I got linked to this was number one, to watch that glorious meltdown, which is basically just him talking about how this is absolute crap. And then I have no idea why. I haven't even talked to this guy in like a year. But out of nowhere, he brings me up again and starts dropping insults on me. So that I gotta say, I'm kind of glad that I'm still living in your head rent free there, buddy. I really am. That's incredible to me. That's awesome. I'm something you think about often. I'm flattered, really. But what's more, how does it feel? How does it feel to know I called it? I told you this was going to get the Boo Saga in the future. You laughed and said, no, it got canceled. It's done. No one wants it. There's a Boo Saga. I told you that this was probably eventually going to hit TV too. I told you Toonami could eventually get this. I told you all Cartoon Network could eventually get this. What happened? No, you don't understand how TV works. And it's hilarious because this guy was one of the same people who said exactly that. Yet according to him, he, he likes to talk about how that's not how TV works, and yet he seems to think that Cartoon Network has the right to air Dragon Ball Z on Toonami whenever they want. Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, however you want to say it, simply because they have Toonami archive files. They still have tape or whatever from the old Toonami shows, and therefore they can show it again anytime they want. That's not how it works, bud. That's really not how it works. If I license a TV show that was made by another network or another production company, and I lose the rights to that TV show, unless I retain the rights to the episodes I already aired, then I no longer have those rights. And someone else can buy them and air them. They can buy them exclusively, or if the publisher so chooses, they can sell them out to multiple networks, and the multiple networks can air reruns of that, which has happened. But to say that just because they showed it once means that they can show it again forever, nah, not how it works. But you go right ahead and keep on insisting that they could show it at any time they choose. That being said, the whole reason that they're showing this, the whole reason that Kai is getting on there is because they finally caved. But at the same time, they wanted, like I said, to show something new, but also wanted to give it to the fans. And Funimation, who has been providing them with most of this anime, has told them, okay, you know what, look, you need to air that. We want this to get some exposure. And you know what, they do, because I have listened to Sean Schemmel, I've listened to Sunday Straight, and they will talk all the time about how every time they meet someone that does not like Kai, every time they meet someone hating on Kai, it's almost always them basing this off of TV ads. And they'll outright ask them, have you seen the uncut version? And they'll say no. And they say, well, there you go. A lot of people, for whatever reason, don't realize that an uncut version exists. A lot of people, to be perfectly blunt, in this fandom, still don't realize that this was made over in Japan. A lot of them actually seem to think that this was made exclusively here by Funimation for TV. And so those edits are the edits. It's the hard copy. It's the originals, and that's not the case. It's one of those things where, you know, if you just did a tiny bit of research too, you could see that, but they don't, because this is so much easier. And that to me is utterly ridiculous. But whatever. You know what? It's just I can't even describe how stupid that video you made was, though, man. I can't. It's just you spazzing out non-stop for like 6 minutes or so about how this is BS, this is wrong, we didn't ask for this, we want this is the good crap, this is the bad crap. And that is hilarious to me. What's even funnier is the fact that you, for one thing, flagged me for bullying. Because I was going to do a commentary on one of your videos, which, yeah, by the way, is fair use. It is. Look it up. But that's not the point. Then we get to the second thing. The fact that you, outright in your video, told me, the guy you accused of bullying, a fat fag. Those are your exact words. Fat fag. Which is an insult in and of itself, ain't it? In fact, I believe that would be outright considered bullying. Would it not? Yeah, it would. According to YouTube's terms of service, yeah. Community guidelines, so heck yeah. You just bullied me, pal. That's just so wrong. Oh my god. You see the difference, though, between you and me? I got thick skin. I can handle some punk on the internet calling me a fag. Okay? I can. You want to make fun of my weight? You go right ahead. There's plenty of it. Not as much as there used to be, but there's still plenty of it. You go right ahead. That's going to happen. It's the internet. It's not the most civil place in the world. It's really rather untamed and wild. It's basically the modern day Wild West, pal, okay? Community guidelines, they don't mean squat in the long run, because if they don't get you here, they'll find you here and they'll do it. Doesn't matter. Just grow up a tad. I can understand if you were some little 13-year-old, okay? But you're not. You, even at the time that happened, were what, 16, 17 years old? You were a high school kid. You probably get called worse than... I mean, heck, it wasn't even you getting called stupid. It was your ideas and your claims being called stupid. And I'm sure you get called worse than that walking down the hall every day. But this, you're going to wake up, nah, man, you were afraid of getting exposed. And you know it. You know it. Don't play. You know that for a fact. But I want to thank you, because this has indeed helped. It truly has. It just kind of made me remember something. That stupid people will exist whether I'm there or not. And no matter how hard I try to stay away, it's gonna find me. So you know what? I'm back and I'm not going nowhere. Something. Boy, that feels good. At any rate, I am going to catch you guys later. I got a lot of stuff to do. Quite the backlog to work on. Check out the new channel. I'm going to put a link to it probably right about here-ish. Probably, yeah. I think that is good. And that is it for now. Catch you guys later. I'm the... Oh, good lord, I hate touchpads. Okay, see ya.